So in this video, we see Russell Crowe share with Ed Sheeran what are basically the principles of 3 cheers drinking, which is to stay hydrated as you go. And you'll see the benefits of that. And you'll see also Ed Sheeran tries it on by himself and forgets the water, and all hell breaks loose.
Lucky enough, Russell, you came along to the Opera House for Nova's Red Room that night to see Ed.
That night in Sydney, he's going like, I've got this big tour coming up, right?
Yeah.
So I can't do this thing where I'm like on water, I've got to be able to have a drink after the show. It's sort of like, help me relax and everything.
Wind
but
down,
I can't be doing 5 or 6 beers a night because
sure.
it's going to be like I'll be twice the man after the tour,
Yep.
And so I said to him, look, this is what I've been doing lately, So I showed him I got a water jug. In fact, I took all of the things that I needed to show him backstage.
Yeah.
Right? I turned up with eskies and stuff, because I just wanted to do it the right way. So here's the jug, full to the top with ice. Take your bottle of Silver Patron and empty the entire contents over the ice. And now you wait. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, just wait. You got to give it like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. Put a little bit of passion fruit on top, right? Stir it around, right? Then I take that mixture, pour it over fresh ice, right? Yeah. And a little touch of water. Oh, nice. Okay. So now you've got the ice has sunk into the tequila, right? Yeah. You've actually added fresh water as well, and you've got fresh ice. So there's a large amount of water in this. Yeah. And when he sips it, he's like, "Oh wow, that's really light and it's refreshing, and you can do 2 or 3 of those." I said, "Yeah." So we proceeded to actually knock off the entire bottle of tequila, right? But he's texting me at 5 o'clock in the morning on his way to Sunrise, going, "I feel fine. I got a few hours sleep and everything. What's the secret?" And I said, "Mate, it's the water." Right? Wow. Because you're hydrating as you're drinking, so you can have a little bit of a drink, but you're not going to get the killer hangover,
And now he's an alcoholic again.
No, I saw him in London recently, and he's like, "Man, you got me so, in so much trouble." And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, "Well, I went to New York, right? And I had to have this dinner with this Rolling Stone guy, this journalist, And he said, so what would you like to drink?" And he goes, I'll show you. Yeah. This drink that Russell Crowe taught me. He goes, and it took him a while to find the passion fruit, but, I'm pouring the tequila, right? The same amount, as you poured, right? And putting the passion fruit on top, and he's drinking it straight. So he's having 4 or 5 ounces of tequila per glass.
No!
So he thinks... he's had a normal night. He wakes up the next morning, speaks to his security bloke, Kev, good man. Yeah. He goes, last night was pretty good. I feel a bit rough and everything. Kev was like stony-faced. He was like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Last night was all right, was it?" And he goes, "Yeah, wasn't it?" He goes, "You took your shoes off in the middle of we're in Manhattan, we're in one of those fancy restaurants, and you've taken your shoes and socks off. What's going on with that?" And everybody's looking at you. And then you licked that woman's face.
You're kidding me.
And Ed's like, "I did what?" And he's
You're kidding me.
For the first time in his life, he's experienced this 3-hour blackout. And he's going, "What did you do to me?" And I said, "Well, did you pour it over ice?" Did I what? Did you add water?
Ice.
Did I what? Listen, Edward.
Edward.
The principle.
This is your father's
The principal piece of wisdom I was passing on to you is the hydration aspect.
Yeah.
So there you have it. You can see there the benefits of staying hydrated while drinking alcohol and what happens when you don't. We want venues to be known as the safe place to go and drink, the safest place to do that. We want to keep them hydrated as they go during the night, not as they're walking out the door or before they start drinking. It's as they go. It's basically the same as when people are playing sport. There's break in play in sport, like football games, footy games, all that sort of stuff. And people run out drinks to them when they're having those breaks. They're staying hydrated as they go. Now, there's a skill to doing it, how to do it in all these different situations, and that's what the SASH course talks to. That's what it deals with.